Hey everyone, this is Rayzor. This is the Horror Syndicate. What is it? What do I call this? I already forgot. The October horror movie madness selection show. I got all the movies written down here on a little piece of paper. I'm probably not going to do all of them because this takes a lot longer than you might think, especially now that we have 128 movies. But the image that is in this is what the bracket generally looks like. Okay, so this is an older one, obviously. This is from last year, last October, where we did Sequel-a-thon. We did two brackets, and obviously you can see what happened. I honestly don't remember the winner, but they were all sequels. And basically, the format, as you can see here, is like look at the very top left bracket. I think it's for the left for you guys too. Aliens versus Saw. Well, you go on Facebook. I'll put the matchup up on Facebook, and there will be a heart emoji or a laughy emoji. The reason I don't use the like emoji is because of the fact that some people just like posts and move on without actually realizing what they're doing, right? So whichever gets the most votes moves on to the next round. Simple as that. And then we do it throughout the whole bracket. And so I do 32 per bracket because otherwise the bracket looks really cramped and small based on the format of the ones I use. So we're doing four brackets for October. And let me go back to my screen. The winner of this bracket, let's say, I think Final Chapter beat Aliens, and then Halloween 2 beat The Bride of Frankenstein, and then I think Halloween 2 won this bracket. So the winner of this bracket would move on to face the winner of one of the other brackets. So we'll have four different bracket winners, and then that will be the final four overall. So we've been doing this since the Horror Syndicate's been around since 2016, doing brackets. Hey, uh, yeah, looks cool. I love the first three VHS movies, especially the first two. But yeah, so this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to show you how I choose the matchups because there's some people who get really into this and think that I stack the deck. This is hasn't been said in a long time, but I literally cut out pieces of paper with movie names on it, like The Invisible Man, for instance, if you can see that, and I put it into this box. I fold them first, and I draw one like, oh, the Invisible Man goes up against. This is just practice, Maniac, and then I put them on the bracket. It's yeah, that's simple. That's all I'm gonna do. If you don't like this video, sorry. But a few people asked if I could do this live. I think VHS, the first VHS, is in the bracket, so yep, everything's good for the most part. Well, nothing's bad. So I need to fold all these up. But while we're here, let's talk about movies. Let's talk about some of your favorite horror movies, and tell me in the comments below, all four of you, what your favorite horror movie is. Also, if you go to the Horror Syndicate Facebook group, our friend Luke has some of his artwork for sale. Uh, go buy some of it. There's pieces from Friday the 13th, Halloween, and they're very reasonably priced, in my opinion. But go check it out. Luke's got some great stuff. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. I guess there's a horror coloring book coming with Luke's art very soon. Um, and he's been posting on his personal Facebook and tons of cool stuff. It's gonna be fun to color that, so I'm probably gonna have to get myself one. I don't color, but I think it'd be fun to do some color. Maybe I'll do some live stream coloring. Uh, I do. Uh, I do want to get into inking. I was telling one of my art guys that thinking about getting into inking. And if you could, I almost forgot, subscribe to the Horror Syndicate here on YouTube. Hit the like button on Facebook, YouTube, and share this video out. I'm gonna real quickly share this to groups that people don't give a shit or don't vote. And that's the thing. I'd like to get 250 people voting this October. We usually do about I don't know 200 or so. Sometimes it's more than likely it's less than that, but it's always nice to get people interested in the brackets. And I've seen some people actually, since we started doing it in 2016, start taking our ideas. I'm not saying it came from us, but I'm saying it came from us. I don't know if it did or not, but it'd be kind of cool to think, hey, maybe they got the idea from us, and come on, I'm trying to share this, and maybe they've decided to start doing it our way. The difference again is we use the haha emoji, the laugh emoji, and we use again because we don't want some bullshit votes. Because we do get a good amount of just thumbs ups every now and again. If you go back and look, and the other way, the other reason we do it this way is so there is no way to really cheat. You can see anybody can go look at the reactions and see that that's not bullshit. It's not me saying, "Oh no, this one won." You know, and these are this is foolproof. This is totally foolproof. There's no way to bullshit my fellow horror fans. Anybody watching horror tonight? I was thinking about watching some Italian horror tonight, as I like to do a lot. What the hell, man? Am I not in? Did I get kicked out of some groups? I wouldn't be surprised. Nah, I didn't. October horror movie madness. Who's excited? So the first time I've really we've talked about it on the show a few times, and don't forget Thursday we're talking about Halloween 3 and how great it is. And this is taking forever to fold these. I've probably only done like 30 of them. But we're going to be talking about Halloween 3 and whether it's underrated or overrated or just regular rated. I think it's finally gotten to a point where, yes, people recognize that it's a good movie. So, Lord, this is taking forever. Should have done this before. Apologies. I think for a long time I didn't like Halloween 3. It was one of those movies that you're like, no Michael Myers. Oh, and that's I think a lot of people looked at it that way, but over time I think it's grown to be kind of a favorite. Actually, we did a bracket a couple of years ago. I wonder if I have the bracket still in my list of things that it won. It was a bracket for the non that didn't have a sequel. Basically, is what it was. Um, yeah, we did every decade too. Let's see here. Oh Jesus, this is an old bracket, 2018. It's all white, so it might not show up. But see, there's a 64 bracket. That's the very first sequel-a-thon we did in 2018. Evil Dead 2 versus Friday the 13th 3D, and I will never understand why people like Friday the 13th 3D so much. Uh, it's okay. Most people are like, oh, it's because he got the mask. Like, that's a bullshit reason why you like that movie so much. That's not part. I mean, it's a plot point. It's not like the whole movie. You know, in my opinion, Chris is one of the lamest characters of all time. I'm glad I changed these to black too, because you can barely read these on screen, and I want to make them to where people can read them. I wish there was like people would fill these out and like they do in March Madness. Here's the March Madness for this year, and the bracket challenge and all that shit. March Madness 2021. Some weird ones in there. I think I'm gonna keep these little pieces of paper, and from now on, when I do brackets, I'll just draw 32 names, and I'll just write down. So we've got 128 here. Maybe I can just go through my collection and start writing names of movies down and pick 32 random. I almost said teams, random movies, and do it that way because I run out of ideas on what to put in the bracket because I've done so many of these. I need to turn my fan on. Hi, everybody. Yeah, because I've done so many brackets, and there are movies that have been retired from bracket play, and that's a real thing. Dawn of the Dead is a great movie. Let's see. Of course, you're welcome. Nightmare on Elm Street is banned. Halloween is banned. But Halloween won 4 straight brackets, and I was like, all right, this is becoming not fun. So Halloween can't be in brackets anymore. The John Carpenter classic Halloween, that's not allowed to be in a bracket, along with Wes Craven's The Nightmare on Elm Street. Not allowed to be in the brackets. We've done remake brackets, which was a fun one. I'd like to do that one again, actually. We've done classic. We've done by decade. We the decade one at the beginning of 2020. We started out with the 2010s and worked our way down, and that was a good way to get through a rough year last year. Let's see, Silver Bullet. Silver Bullet, the movie Nathan Thomas Miller likes to make fun of. Holy shit! I still have that many left to fold. This is going to be a lot more fun. I should have done this beforehand. I'll next time I will have these folded and ready to go for my shuffle bucket. My little Frankenstein's monster shuffle bucket. I got at Dollar Tree like 4 or 5 years ago, and I've been using this guy ever since. Ever since I bought it in 2000, I want to say 2018. You know what? Let's try this. Fold multiple at a time because this is getting old. It's getting old fast. Yeah, that works better. Anyway, how's everybody's weekend going? My weekend was busy. I didn't want to do this at all. I was like, I don't want to do this. I'll just do it on my own. But I was like, whatever. It's only going to take me. I'm only going to do it for a few. You got 9 people watching. Everybody watch and tell me if you've subscribed to the Horror Syndicate on YouTube yet. Yeah, most people hated 3 for the longest time. The only person I know that openly always seemed to love Halloween 3 was Sean Clark, this Horror's Hallowed Grounds. This guy. And it's always been one of his favorite movies. I think I've outgrown my Frankenstein's monster thing. It's chock full of movies. All right, so let's get started. Great. I'm glad you had a great weekend. Hopefully you come back on Thursday for the Halloween 3 show. What did you say? Yeah, it did have some of the best music in the series. So let's do this. Let's do the first one. Let's shake this motherfucker up. And I will not pull from the top. All right. So, whoa, shit, one fell out. So that's the first one. First one. You know, I don't have a fucking notebook. Gotta write this down. I came ill prepared. Okay, got a notebook. It's college ruled. All right. So I'm going to write down every one of them. That way I don't forget, because it's going to take me forever if I just get the brackets going right now. You'll have to hear me typing away and all that shit. It's okay. We start. So the show, we used to start at 6:30 Central. I live in the Midwest. Here's a pen. And now we're starting at 7 Central. If you're on the East Coast, that's 8. If you're on the West Coast, that's 5. So let's go. Let's do this. Okay. I put that one that fell out back. So very first matchup, we'll start off with, it's Return of the Living Dead. Actually, we used to draft like this for my fantasy football league when I used to do that. So Return of the Living Dead will go up against what? Let's see. Oh shit. This is how I react. The very first matchup is Return of the Living Dead versus the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. That is, which one you got? Which one are you going to show? We're going to do that. TCM 2. We already got it coming in hot. Ooh, that's a tough one already. Yeah, I'll be behind on the comments, but yeah, Return of the Living Dead versus Texas Chainsaw 2. That's a tough one. Next bracket. Dawn of the Dead 2004. Focus. Actually, this doesn't need to. You can read that, right? So the Dawn of the Dead 2004. And so I write them down. I don't know if you can see. Where is it? There you go. Write them down like that so I know how they'll place in the bracket. So we'll have the first bracket will consist of 32 movies, and we'll get 32 movies, 16 matchups. Okay, and to go up against Dawn of the Dead, we have Saw 2004. All right. So what do we got? Return of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead should. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. All right, next one up is I'm showing you guys before I even see it. Feast from 2005. All right, that's a fun movie. If you haven't seen that, one's a lot of fun. Also, the way the bracket connects, if you see this, the winner of the first bracket, Return of the Living Dead versus TCM 2, will go on to face either Dawn of the Dead or Saw. So, yeah, lots of fun. All right. What will Feast face? Misery. All right. Feast versus that's I think that's an easy one. And that's the thing. Some of these I look at, I'm like, yeah, I know what's winning that one. Feast is a fun ass movie. It's got Clu Gallagher from Nightmare on Elm Street 2 and Return of the Living Dead in it, but it's not going to beat Misery. Misery is a great movie. All right, next matchup I got Misery fans already. See, I agree, and you know what? We need to get the guys to see Feast so we can talk about Feast. All right, the next bracket matchup is A Bay of Blood. Has anybody seen A Bay of Blood? Mario Bava, one of my favorites. Also called Twitch of the Death Nerve, which I guarantee it'll lose in the first round. We don't have enough Italian horror fans that follow the Horror Syndicate. Share the Horror Syndicate out if you can. Whoever watches this, the Facebook page, let's get our subs up. Let's get our likes up. We are less than 500 away from 15,000. And my goal when I started the Horror Syndicate was get to 15,000 Facebook page likes. And now we're right on the cusp of that. We did a giveaway a few years ago to try to get there, and we didn't even come close. And then I want to get to 1,000 subs on YouTube. That is Nightbreed. So Bay of Blood versus Nightbreed. Nightbreed will definitely win. So the winner of that matchup will go up against the winner of. So it'd be Misery versus Nightbreed. I bet. I bet. I bet. If I'm a betting man, and I'm not, the only thing I gamble with is my life. Okay, next matchup. Oh, shit, one fell out. All right, this is the one that fell out. I have no idea what it says. Friday the 13th, the OG. Okay, I usually just use F13. I know what I'm talking about. What will Friday the 13th go up against? Dude, A Bay of Blood is a 71 classic. I love it. I love it. Nightbreed, or maybe I shouldn't vote because I didn't see the other. That's up to you. Let's see what Friday the 13th goes up against. Upside down again. Candyman 2020. Oh my God. That's I know it's winning that. So I had three movies from the 2020s: Candyman, The Invisible Man, and Freaky. Freaky was a fun movie with Vince Vaughn. Let's see. All right. So next up, I hope that are you enjoying this? Okay. Pieces, another Italian movie. Is this Italian or Spanish? I can't remember. I love it though. You don't need to go to Texas for a chainsaw massacre. And that's the movie I'm going to watch tonight. I'm going to watch Pieces. I love it. Italian, The Beyond. All right. Yeah, I like Candyman a lot, but man, it's Friday the 13th, man. That's a mainstreamer. Haven't seen A Bay of Blood. Check it out. Check it out. It's good. Oh, I just looked at this one, but Pumpkinhead will go up against Pieces, so Pumpkinhead will win. That's the thing. I love putting Italian horror, and we're going to do an Italian horror bracket at some point, but probably in November because I've decided November is going to be our Italian horror month. But there's mainstreamers, mainstreamers. They love the mainstream stuff. They're not into the Italian horror as much as I am. Pumpkinhead. Okay, I looked at it again, but I didn't see it. So Night of the Living Dead, the remake. Love it. So this is the next bracket. Night of the Living Dead 90. Who's fan of the 1990 Night of the Living Dead? That's what I want to know. And should we do another remake bracket? Okay, so we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So yes, I can count. All right. Next one. What will face Night of the Living Dead? And I do have the original Night of the Living Dead in here too. It's never won a bracket, so I can't oust that one. Night of the Comet. A couple of Night of those. I know it takes a second for it to set, but who likes Night of the Comet? I think it's an underrated 80s movie, but I think Night of the Living Dead is going to take it. Okay, we will do that at some point. Okay, let's see here. Next up, we have, I keep looking at them, but whatever. Cabin in the Woods. Cabin in the Woods. This is going to be the last matchup for one side of the first bracket. And then to go up against Cabin in the Woods, because it's probably upside down, is Don't Torture a Duckling. God damn it. It's a good Italian horror movie that everybody should see. Come on, people. I'll just write in Duckling. Okay, so the first part of the first bracket is done. So there it is. Let's keep moving. Let's start on the other side. This is bracket 1. You guys get to see what my handwriting looks like. Garbage. Yeah, Cabin in the Woods is going to win that one for sure. You guys are coming in with some comments. I love it. Yeah, you know, and I wish I could say what stream. I know Bay of Blood is streaming. Don't Torture a Duckling, I do believe, is streaming on Shudder. But yeah, some stuff to check out and buy. I love you know how I use streaming services to see what to buy. Okay, starting with the other side of bracket 1, we've got Us, 2019. Who likes Us? And this is great because this bracket is like 100 years of horror. It goes all the way back. Well, 90 years. It goes back to 1931. And Us is going up against. So Us is going to lose. That's Suspiria. This is the only Italian movie I expect to move further than the second round. It's like the only Italian movie the regular people know. We're going to give the shake a little bit. Okay. All right. Some of them are sticking together. Wonder what I was doing. All right. Train to Busan. Yes. Great zombie movie. And what will face Train to Busan? Us is better than what people say it is, in my opinion. All right. Going up against Train to Busan is Chud. Anybody seen Chud? It's phenomenal. It's underrated. All right. I'm going for about 20 minutes. I don't want to stay on here too long. My daughter goes to bed in about half an hour, so it's about how long I got left. All right. So next up on the brackets, let's see. Yeah, it is. It's really good. All right. Did you do a Chud piece, Luke? The Exorcist 3. Oh, good movie. Exorcist 3. And it'll go against. It'd be great if we had like 1,000 watchers right now. I couldn't keep up the comments though. Exorcist 3 will go up against. Oh, our first classic. 1932's The Mummy. Ooh, that's an intriguing matchup. Anybody familiar with the Hammer films? The Hammer Mummy from 1959, I believe, is pretty good. I enjoy it. I really. Oh, I'm gonna have to look for that Chud piece, dude. My daughter loves the Chuds. Her uncle Jake called her the butt of Chud from the second Chud movie, and she always calls herself the butt of Chud. So starting off the next matchup with 1987's The Lost Boys, which is getting a remake. How do we feel about this getting remade, people? Let me know in the comments how you feel about a Lost Boys remake. We touched on it at on the show last week, but not too much. So I gotta write that down, don't I? My daughter is knocking on the wall. The Lost Boys will go up against the Babadook. Okay. Let me pause for a second. You can see me in my Sunday attire. I'll be right back. You need something? What? I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. My daughter had to ask me a question. All right. So the last matchup was the Lost Boys versus the Babadook. Hate it being remade. I'm worried about the remake. I worry about every remake. I went into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, was one of my favorite movies of horror movies of all time, and thinking, okay, I hope I had a checklist, which you shouldn't do, but I was like, I want to see this, this, and this. And one of those things I wanted to see was the dinner scene, which is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Didn't happen, and man, I'll tell you what. This actually was the first date with my wife, and I sat there angry as fuck. And I've gone into every remake since then, expecting the worst. Then I saw Dawn of the Dead in 04, and I was like, cool. Dawn of the Dead's much better. And I saw Amityville Horror, and I was like, what the fuck did they do to the Amityville movie? Come on, Amityville's awesome. All right, next matchup is Night of the Creeps. Can you guys read this? Is it too blurry? I only want to keep it up for a second so I can move on. Night of the Creeps. Night of me. I'm a creep. All right. Moving on to its Night of the Creeps will face. Is it Child's Play? Oh, goodbye, Night of the Creeps. Am I right? Come on. Am I right? I hate TCM3 or the 03, the remake, so much. It's awful, in my opinion. All right. Here we go. Next matchup. We only have 3 more matchups in this bracket till we move in the bracket number 2. Chucky never bought. I like Chucky. All right, so this is the Blair Witch Project. I love that movie. They did this fake documentary that I saw before the movie came out that really kind of sold it for me. And I believe, man, we were there opening night for the Blair Witch Project, and we were the first ones out of the theater because we sat like really close because it's a packed show. And we went outside and made little stick men, and people were walking because the theater let out in the back of the theater, so it was like a little wooded area, and people were freaking out when they walked out and saw the little stick people, that the Blair Witch made. It was good times. That's what you do when you're 19 and an asshole. Let's see. Okay. Matchup with Blair Witch is the Blob. Oh, it's the original Blob. Okay, I don't care then. The original Blob is not as good. And just to show off, it says 58. It's not. Anyway, yeah. The original Blob. Blair Witch hopefully will win. All right, I've got both Blobs in here. Blah, 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 blah. The Blob's my new nickname. I've gained so much weight during the pandemic. Anyway, okay, so new matchup. Creep Show. Great movie. Great anthology. I always think about remember, a lot of these movies were taken from that post I put up where I asked people what should be in the bracket. So, and then it goes up against 28 Weeks Later. Last matchup for bracket number 1. Who's ready? Who is ready? Yeah. Over Creep Show? Really? Okay. And this is making its debut in our brackets because I've been told this is a horror movie. Duel, which is Jaws with a truck, apparently. Never seen it. Don't want to see it because I'm hard-headed. And Duel will be going up against whatever this one is. Please don't be upside down. It's upside down again. Shopping Mall! I'll vote Shopping Mall all day long. Fuck anything else. Shopping Mall is one of the best from the 80s. Okay, that's bracket. Bracket number 1 is complete. The matchups are Return of the Living Dead versus the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Dawn of the Dead 04 versus Saw, Feast versus Misery, A Bay of Blood, aka Twitch of the Death Nerve versus Nightbreed. I'll give my predictions real fast. Okay. Return of the Living Dead will win and face Dawn of the Dead. Misery will face Nightbreed. Friday the 13th versus Candyman. I think Friday the 13th will win. Pieces versus Pumpkinhead. I think Pumpkinhead will win. Night of the Living Dead 90 versus Night of Comet. Night of the Living Dead will win. Cabin in the Woods versus Don't Torture a Duckling. Cabin in the Woods is going to destroy it, in my opinion. Us versus Suspiria. Suspiria is going to win. Train to Busan versus Chud. Train to Busan will win. Exorcist 3 versus The Mummy. The Mummy will squeak that one out. The Lost Boys versus the Babadook. The Babadook is going to be ousted early on. Night of the Creeps versus Child's Play. Child's Play will win because that's a mainstreamer. Blair Witch Project versus the Blob 58. I think Blair Witch will pull it out. Creepshow versus 28 Weeks Later. I think Creepshow will win. Just watch. And Duel versus Chopping Mall. I hope Chopping Mall wins. All right. So we'll tear that out and put it right over here so I can make it fancy. Oh, look, my daughter traced her hand in my notebook. Fantastic. All right. So moving on to the next bracket. How are we on time? Let me take a sip of my Dr. Pepper from McDonald's. It's getting flat. I don't know. Duel came out in 71. I believe it's Steven Spielberg made it. I don't think it's goofy. I've never seen it. Seth, I believe, has seen it, and Nathan, I know, has seen it. I've never had any interest in seeing it. It ended up actually, I think Jared saw it too, because it ended up on our top 25 of the 70s list, which is on YouTube if you want to find that. So let's move on to bracket number 2, if you guys are ready. I can make this a 2-night event, really, because I can finish bracket number 2 and then do brackets 3 and 4 tomorrow if you'd like, because I don't think I'm going to do them all on live right now if you like doing the live show. So here's the first one, Dracula! From 1931. Listen to them. Children of the night. What the music they make. Okay. What will Dracula face? We're going to find out right now. All right. I can't. Fuck. I love this movie, but I love Dracula. This is a tough one. Because I vote 2. I do vote 2. And I love the 2013 Evil Dead. By the way, Evil Dead 1, 2, and Army of Darkness have been not retired, but banned from bracket play because somebody likes to share our brackets in the Bruce Campbell groups, and that's fine. But then they end up get like too many votes, and it's just the Evil Dead-a-thon. So this one is great. I'm really seriously, I love it. I love when people share stuff, but it gets shared in these these groups, and then it's a flood of Evil Dead fans just annihilating every single bracket, and it's uneven. It's not fair. Well, here's Night of Living Dead, the original. So what will it go up against? I promote sharing them, but man, the weird thing is the Friday the 13th fans like vote legit. Like when they were shared in the Friday the 13th groups early on, they were like, "Oh, Friday the 13th is going up against Nightmare on Elm Street." Well, Nightmare on Elm Street's way better. So yeah, it is. It's too biased, exactly. All right, and Night of the Living Dead will go up against. Oh, we're getting to these classics. Or with Frankenstein. That's going to be another tough one. So if Evil Dead if Dracula defeats Evil Dead and Night of the Living Dead goes down from Frankenstein, which I don't think it will, we could see Frankenstein versus Dracula in the very second round. All right, next matchup. Is anybody enjoying this? I gotta know, because otherwise I'm not gonna do this if it's not enjoying it. There we go. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I love it. We'll go up against You love this? You just love my beautiful face. It follows. Halloween 3 will win. Oh. Says my phone's still on. Well, Luke, you sent me a message. I didn't see it, pal. Sorry. Okay. I'll answer that text later. All right. Next matchup. Next matchup begins with 13 Ghosts, the remake. Both of them are in here. Now, I'm curious to see if we run into a remake versus original. That'd be kind of fun, right? Rapid fire. Horror STD versus Halloween without Michael Myers. 13 goes for The Witch. Actually, you know what? I said I was going to watch Italian horror movie this evening, but I may change that. I saw that they did that Elvira thing on Shudder last night. I might watch some of that because one of my favorite movies is on there. It's City of the Dead with Christopher Lee about witches. All right. So 13 Ghosts versus The Witch from 2015, a movie that people hate. Anything made in 2010 beyond, it is a shitty movie, right? Okay, this one is the remake of House on Haunted Hill. House on Haunted Hill 99 versus, both of them are in there. We have not have anybody watching on YouTube tonight. House on Haunted Hill versus The Conjuring. That's the only Conjuring movie that's in here. All right. Next up. So there's two more on this side. All right. Next up, we've got Demone, or Demons, on Shudder. If you haven't seen it before, I prefer Demons 2, but I'm the only one in the world who likes Demons 2 over the Demons movie. All right. What will Demons face? So many movies to pick from. So many. All right. Is it upside down? Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Underrated slasher movie. And very long title. We'll just call it Behind the Mask. All right. Well, I like Demons 2 because of it's Sally's birthday, and instead of playing with her or hanging out with her friends, she goes in her room, watches that Demons documentary. The demon comes out of the TV, and she has a great transformation scene, and she just runs havoc. All right, here we go. Leslie Vernon's amazing. Yeah, Leslie Vernon's fantastic. We had the main actor and the main actress on the show last year, which you can find on YouTube. Nathan, I don't know how to say his last name, but really good interview. That was the day I wrecked my car. I got a new car. Ended up getting a new car. Next matchup, we'll start off with Wreck. Well, a lot of people like that movie. Guess what? I don't. I think it's overrated. I bought the Wreck set, and I kind of regret buying it. I only watched the first one. I don't plan on watching the other ones. Even though Seth will be like, you gotta watch 2, you gotta watch 3, you gotta watch them all. I'm like, piss on that. All right. Let's see. Wreck will go up against whatever this is. It might be upside down. It is. Wrong Turn. All right, Wrong Turn. I don't think gets enough props. I watched it the other night, and I think it's better than what I remembered. I saw it in the theater in '03. All right, so I think we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. One more for the road. By the way, my handwriting is getting sloppier and sloppier as I'm doing this. All right. Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1978. Great remake. Another long ass title. All right. What will face Invasion of the Body Snatchers? Well, we're about to find out. Let's let the right one in. Is that right? Yeah, let the right one in. All right. Let the right one in. Another long ass title. All right. So that's the end of the left side of the bracket for bracket number 2. We'll do the right side, and then we'll stop and commence tomorrow. Is that the right word to say? Commence? That Emmanuel chick is pretty hot too. Okay, that fell out. A couple of them fell out, my friends. Okay, those two have not been. Knocking the burning right out. The burning's in this also. It fell out. All right, so. All right, starting the next side off with a classic, Brian De Palma's Carrie. I don't think the 2013 one's in here. I don't remember. Repeat the last one. Invasion of the Body Snatchers 1978 versus Let the Right One In. Silver Bullet versus Carrie. Carrie's going to win. All right. I'm going to take a drink of my flat soda. All right. I think Carrie's going to win. You know, the other thing I have is I've been watching our followers for years, and I think that I know how they think, kind of. All right. Next up, we've got this one, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Seth ranked all 3 movies on the YouTube channel. Just gonna write Creature 54. All right. It's a long title, guys. It's a long title. All right. What will face Creature from the Black Lagoon? This one. What does it say? I can't read it. I can't read it. Dog Soldiers. That movie can go fuck itself. Creature from the Black Lagoon is going to win. All right. Next matchup. Freaky. This is available on HBO Max currently. So if you have HBO Max and you haven't seen it, go check it out before October 1st when we start doing this. Although, honestly, the second bracket will probably be week 2. So we'll try to do the first bracket within the first week, and then each bracket after that. I'm hoping to be done with this by October 31st or before. That's a Sunday. So the next matchup, we've got a really good movie, in my opinion, Sinister. Have you seen Sinister? Ethan Hawke, phenomenal. Chef's kiss. The use of negative space in that movie is almost like a character in itself, in my opinion. I never liked. Hey, Sam Lombardo, how you doing, man? All right. Sinister rocks. Yes. Okay. And it'll go up against whatever this is. Ginger Snaps. I think Sinister will win. Ginger Snaps is good, but I don't think it's gotten the following that it kind of deserves. I don't think as many people enjoy Sinister. Ginger Snaps as they probably should, except for Seth because he likes everything werewolf. All right, next matchup: The Changeling, 1980. Really, really good haunted house movie, and the actual story behind it you should look into because it's really interesting. It's about digging up buried bodies and building houses on top of it. Is my signal going bad? It's got that little upside down triangle going. All right. So to the Changeling, we'll go up against House on Haunted Hill 59. Ooh, that's an interesting matchup. House on Haunted Hill 59 is silly at best. All right. Next matchup, we've got four more matchups that I'm gonna bounce, and we'll pick this up tomorrow. I'll start making the brackets legible. Make them look nice like this with our pumpkin logo. Do you guys like our October logo? It's different from the regular one, of course, which I don't have up on the screen. Jay Sloan did the logos. Remember, you can always buy Horror Syndicate shirts at it's on Teespring. Okay, next matchup is the 1941 Wolfman. I'm sure Sethi is going to stress out when this one comes up. Wolfman. Lon Chaney pimp with a goddamn wolf head Kang. All right, the Wolfman will go up against whatever this is. The Burning, 1981 slasher. The reason Tom Savini did not come back, well, not the reason, the movie he did after Friday the 13th. And I got to tell you, it's a lesser Friday the 13th. Cropsy, no go. No go. I'm sorry, comments are building up, stacking up. Yes, it slaps. Nice, get a hoodie. Wear it proudly. All right, next matchup, we've got The Descent. Very good claustrophobic movie. Love it. And now we will see what it goes against. And I'll take a pause for anybody to catch it. Anybody filling this out at home, making their own little sheet? Because that would just tickle my balls. All right. It's been a while since my balls have been tickled. Anyway. Cannibal Holocaust. Blah. Well, not a fan. So it's The Descent versus Cannibal Holocaust. It's just it takes itself too seriously. If you're gonna watch a cannibal movie, I've got two that I prefer: Eaten Alive and Cannibal Ferox are way better to watch than that. What's Boo? What did I do? The Descent is one of those. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Descent will win, but Cannibal Holocaust has that reputation of being one of the most. We did a whole video nasty video last year, or no, shit, that was the original cast. No, that was the second cast. We've done three different incarnations of our show. We did THS Live, which had a guy named Baron Craze, one of the creators of the Sci-Fi Network, and Screambox, which I don't think is around anymore, Ray Canella, and Morgan, Jules Sawan, Brian Enright, Jared Letourneau. We had a huge cast in that one. Then we did the second show, which was THS Lives, which was me, Brian Enright, Jared Letourneau, and Mike Lombardo, director of I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday, which you can get from ScreamTeamReleasing.com, which is a very good movie. I'm going to put that on. My good friend Justin runs ScreamTeamReleasing.com. It's all indie horror movies in one place. And it's good to see that because There's a long time that you could not find a lot of these indie movies unless you backed in Indiegogo or something like that. Justin Russell's The Sleeper, one of my favorite indie films, lost to the ages until Justin brought it back. Justin Seaman brought it back and created Scream Team Releasing with his movie The Barn. Uh, Volumes of Blood is there. There's tons of them. I can't even name them all. But most important is I'm Dreaming White Doomsday, Mike Lombardo's movie, which if you order now, you'll have it just in time for Christmas, which it is a Christmas horror movie. The Green Inferno. Yeah. Okay. So let's give the box a shake. We've got four more tonight, and I'm wrapping it up and gonna go do something else. All right. The Haunting. I think that movie was ahead of its time. 1963. The 1999 one. Focus. 1999 one was stupid. All right. What will face the haunting? We'll see what happens. Midsummer. I like this movie a lot. It gets a lot of shit like Hereditary, um, even the Candyman movie. It's good though. It's just the Wicker Man. No, it's not. All right, so we've got two left. Two left. Easy. Yeah, Midsummer's good. Not everybody likes cannibal movies. I didn't think I would, but Cannibal Ferox is like it's more like just an Italian zombie movie in a way. It's just stupid and silly. Stupid Americans go to the rainforest. One guy gets his dick chopped off. It's good times. All right, last matchup starts with Insidious. Insidious, which I noticed that there's no I. Come on, come on, Ray, get your shit together. There, now I fixed it. Or no, N. I meant. There we go. There we go. Fixed it. Insidious. I love it. It's one of those movies that you have to watch both of them back to back to get the full effect, in my opinion. Welcome to the Jungle should be the name of a cannibal movie. All right, last one for the night. Let me take that down. Insidious will go up against The Wicker Man. Oh my God. The Wicker Man. So if The Wicker Man beats, this is kind of fun. So if The Wicker Man beats Insidious, which it might, that's kind of a wild card, and Midsummer beats the Haunting, then Midsummer and The Wicker Man could go head to head. That'll be fucking outstanding. Okay, so let's go back through the bracket for bracket two, and I'll pick my winners. So starting off, we've got Dracula 1931 versus Evil Dead. I'm gonna say Evil Dead's gonna win, but I think I'm gonna be voting for Dracula. Uh, not the Wicker Man from 2006 or whatever. Night of Living Dead versus Frankenstein. I think Night of Living Dead's going to win and go up against Evil Dead. And then I think Night of Living Dead will beat that. And Night of Living Dead will probably go to the final four in this matchup. Halloween 3 versus It Follows. I'm going to go with Halloween 3. 13 Ghosts, 2001 versus The Witch. 13 Ghosts will win because people don't like The Witch. The House on Haunted Hill 99 versus The Conjuring. I think House on Haunted Hill is going to win that one. Demons versus Behind the Mask. I've got Demons. And it will go up against the House on Haunted Hill, and I think Demons will move on. Anyway, Wreck versus Wrong Turn. I'm voting for Wrong Turn, but I have a feeling Wreck will win that one. We've got what's this? Yeah, the original one. We're not touching Nicolas Cage. Invasion of the Body Snatchers versus Let the Right One In. Not Let Me In. It's the original Let the Right One In. I think Invasion of the Body Snatchers will win, but Let the Right One In is a damn fine movie. And then we've got the second side will be Carrie 76. So we've got two Stephen King properties going up against each other versus Silver Bullet. And then Creature from the Black Lagoon. That by the way, that sound is from the Fantastic Mr. Fox. Creature from the Black Lagoon versus Dog Soldiers. Christ almighty, let's vote for Creature from the Black Lagoon. Dog Soldiers has no transformation scene, therefore it is barely a werewolf movie. Sinister versus Ginger Snaps. Ginger Snaps has a transformation scene. Sinister will win. The Changeling versus House on Haunted Hill 1959. Changeling is better. I think it'll win. The Wolfman versus The Burning. The Wolfman will win. I think the Wolfman will be the last remaining black and white Universal monster movie when it's all said and done. The Descent versus Cannibal Holocaust. I think The Descent will win. It's more well known and more people have seen it, I believe. The Haunting 1963 versus Midsummer. I'm going Midsummer on this one. And then the Wicker Man versus Insidious. As cool as I think it would be to see Wicker Man versus Midsummer, I think it's going to be Insidious. Insidious is damn good, and I think a lot of people want to like it. So that is it. That is bracket number 2. We've got still a lot more movie. Oop, what fell out? Oh, Beyond. I like that. The shirt I'm wearing. So there are movies, a lot left. Let's see what's left. Let's see what's coming up. We've got movies like The Beyond. That's in there. I'm not going to go through them all. The Hills Have Eyes remake, because it's better than the original. Zombie, Lucio Fulci. So we got some Fulcis still left in the bunch. The original Dawn of the Dead, which has never won a bracket, believe it or not. That's in there. The others, Black Christmas, A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, and Dream Warriors is in here too. Both Invisible Man movies. 1986's The Fly. So this is all what we got to look forward to tomorrow. We've got here some Elm Street 3, Happy Death Day, Jeepers Creepers, The Fog, the original Fog, 30 Days of Night, Near Dark, Poltergeist, The Omen, The Purge, The Gate from 1987, Deep Red, Profondo Rosso, as Jared would say, Rosemary's Baby. I think this is the better stack. Oh my God. Pet Sematary, The Inferno, VHS. So there's a lot still left to do. There's so many good ones. Yeah. We've got, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Trick or Treat, which won a bracket once. Once you win 3, you're done. You get retired. Fright Night. Rabid. David Cronenberg's Rabid. My Bloody Valentine. Blech, boring. Amityville Horror. I love it. It's a gateway movie for me. The Fly, 1958. So we still have a chance to get a remake versus the original. You know what? That was Child's Play 2. Because here's Child's Play, unless I have Child's Play in there twice. I'm going to have to go back and watch the video. Dead Alive. People Under the Stairs, which I never thought was a horror movie. Devil's Rejects. The Shinnin. Torso. The Birds. American Psycho, which I don't think is a horror movie, but people asked for it. Night of the Demons, one of the best Halloween movies that takes place on Halloween. Horror of Dracula. This is actually the very first one I wrote. You can see the difference in my handwriting versus like Night of the Demons. Look at that. What else? I said I was going to go through them all, and I don't think I have, but Alice, Sweet Alice, Event Horizon, Motel Hell, which was in the last bracket, 13 Ghosts, 1960, The Howling, Get Out, The Ring, Reanimator, Candyman, Burnt Offerings. Anybody seen Burnt Offerings? That's in the bracket. Might as well just go through all of them. Get the fuck out. Subscribe to the Horror Syndicate on YouTube, please. House of the Devil. I love that movie. Phantasm. Best movie of the 1979. And even more so than Alien. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. That has never won a bracket, surprisingly. The 2020 Invisible Man. We've got, this is the better bunch, in my opinion. Hereditary. Bracket 1's not as good. Maniac, fuck that movie. Don't like it at all. And Zombieland. That's what's remaining. So we've got all these remaining that we'll do tomorrow night live right here. We'll probably get started around 7 Central again. Oh, actually, I got started at 7:30, didn't I? Well, whatever. I'll try to go around 7 whenever the fuck I want. That's how it goes. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm thinking that'll be good enough time. My daughter will still be awake, and I have time to tuck her in and say good night, night, baby, night, night. So I'm going to ask you guys in the comments to answer this one question for me. Should I do this every time we do a bracket? Which the next time we're going to do Italian in November because November is the Horror Syndicate Italian Appreciation Month. We'll be doing a Italian bracket, which will probably only get like 30 votes per matchup. But actually, the question I want to know: House of the Devil, Italian horror movie, or that the Elvira thing? Which one should I watch? What should I watch tonight? I did Child's Play, but I think it said 1990. I'm almost certain it said 1990, which would be Child's Play 2. I might have left the 2 off there. Rabbit is really good. Yeah, I think the brackets 3 and 4 are going to have the best movies in it. Night of the Demons. I'm going to go back and check the video, but I'm almost certain that Child's Play was Child's Play 2. Because I think it said 1990. Thanks. I'll try to remember to do these. Elvira, yeah, I'm leaning towards that because I miss if it's up already, I'll start watching that. I want to see an Elvira Joe Bob crossover. I hope now that Elvira's been on Shutter that God, got 2 for Elvira, got 3 for Elvira. All right, it was 90. So that means it was Child's Play 2 because I had Child's Play 2 written down on my list. So let's go back and look. So instead of Child's Play, where is it? Child's Play versus Night of the Creeps is Child's Play 2, which some might say that Child's Play 2 is the better of the movies. So we'll see. Great show, thank you. Yes, maybe I'll see if Seth wants to come on and hang out while I do this next time, and he can kind of give his the play-by-play analysis, or maybe Keith, or just get the crew in for impromptu thing tomorrow night. I don't know if they're going to be busy or not. Yeah, I think 2 is better also. Yep. Yeah, see, I think it was. So anyway, hey, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Don't forget, if you haven't, subscribe to the Horror Syndicate on YouTube. Trying to get to 1,000 by the end of 2021. And I gotta say, we started building the YouTube channel probably about August of last year, and 764 subscribers is not a ton, but I think that's a pretty good showing for half-assing it. If I was whole-assing it, we could be at 765, maybe 766. Anyway, thanks again for hanging out tonight. The fucked up thing is we've had that YouTube open since 2016 when I started the Horror Syndicate. We did a lot of live shows. There's a lot of back catalog shit if you want to get into it from back, 5 years ago. You can see what I looked like 5 years ago. The same, maybe a little younger. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. I really do appreciate it. We'll be back Thursday for sure. We're gonna be talking about Halloween 3 and how good it is. We're gonna start kicking off our October. We're gonna definitely gonna do a review episode of the discourse on Halloween Kills after that's released. We may do that on a Tuesday. We're skipping October 7th because that's my daughter's birthday and she will not have it. And then we're gonna do a lot of Halloween stuff. I'd really like to talk about maybe the 10 best Halloween themed movies to watch in October because I keep seeing people putting up their lists of what they're gonna watch, and I think. Well, I always watch Halloween regardless. Halloween 78, of course, on Halloween. But I always try to make a list and I never stick to it because I'll see, oh, I don't want to watch that movie tonight. Fuck that movie. And then I go off the rails completely. But I usually start off pretty strong early with a lot of Universal stuff. But the weather here is going to be in the 70s. So I like watching Universal stuff when it's in the mid 50s, when it's chilly outside. Get snuggled up under a blankie and So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I saw this guy. He's from England, and I can't remember his name. I don't know how I became friends with him either. I don't know how that happens, but he basically put a bunch of movies in a thing like this, you know, and he's like, oh, I'm just gonna draw this. Oh, I'm gonna watch Rabbit tonight. Yes. The only thing is, I'm gonna watch movies I haven't watched yet this year because I have a list on. Actually, I can show you guys real fast if you want to hang out for a minute. Um, Google Docs. I do this every year, and I recommend everyone do this. Keeping track of what you watch through the year, and I don't mean keeping track of like every time you watch A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, because that'd be on there like 6 times. But you might not be able to see this because it's gonna be white. But keeping track of every movie I watch, when I watch it, and but not like every time I watch it, just like the one time I watch it, so I know that wow, I watched this movie this year already. So let me see if I can I share screen. I don't do this very often, so I forget how to do it sometimes. Chrome tab. Yeah, so there you go. Can you see it? Yeah. So this is my list of everything I've watched. See, started the year off right, Demons, and then it goes all the way through what I've watched all year. So June, I do this every year. I started in 2019, and I've been doing it every year since. So the last 3 years. But yeah, and Tombs of the Blind Dead was the last movie I watched. Actually, no, that's not right. God damn it! I gotta update this because I hit 200 the other night on Friday. What was that? The 24th. Return of the Evil Dead. And the reason I did this was I think that one was 1974. I can't remember. I'll look it up later. And I got this on my phone. But the reason I did this in 2000, what year was that? 2019. I watched over five. I wonder if I can. Here, let me just kill this. I watched over 500 different. These are all different. This list was all different horror movies, but over 500 different horror movies, and I wanted to make sure I didn't watch duplicates. So I'm gonna pull up my 2019 list, and I didn't. I didn't watch any duplicates. I always want to share this with people, but it's like sharing my Google Docs with people's. Who gives a shit? Who cares about seeing a big list of movies, right? So like, yeah, New York Ripper. I haven't watched that since then. Actually, The Bay of Blood, Texas Chainsaw. You can see, like, I went through, and man, some of these months I just busted through movies. Like, I didn't have a social life in 2019. Apparently, oh, I did. I had sex with a crazy chick. I ended up with 522. I watched Terror Train because it is a New Year's Eve movie, and I also tried doing movies with the date in mind, and I also put whether or not it was new to me or where I watched it. New Voodoo. Voodoo is that's where all my number 500 was a movie I really don't like. Tremors. Yeah, believe it or not, I don't like that movie. Yeah, so that's something I do. I like to keep track. So the next mission is to make a big ass list like this of all the horror movies I have seen. And I asked that question to all of our horror people out there who oh, happy birthday, Paul. Nice. All right, that's great. Anyway, I'm gonna uh oh, happy birthday to Jeremy. Wow, you guys birthdays. I don't want to ruin your birthday by me talking. But anyway, I'm going to make a list to see how many exactly I've ever seen. That's my plan very soon is to see how many horror movies I've actually seen. I wanted to know how many you guys thought you've seen, and for me, it's got to be over 1,000. I watched 500, and I want to say 30% of them were new in 2019 because I'm always into new stuff. So that's all. I'm going to end it. I want to say happy birthday to Paul Crisp and happy birthday to Jeremy S. Taylor. If your guys' birthdays tomorrow, congratulations on being what 46. I appreciate that Horror Syndicate for life. And yeah, that's it. I want to thank everybody for coming out. We will do this again tomorrow, October 1st, I believe. What is it? Sunday? Let me look at my calendar here, my trusty calendar. That's not pop. Fuck you, calendar. You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. I appreciate everyone for coming out. The best part about doing this is it's all horror. It's a Friday, so it's a Friday. So your weekend, the first weekend of October, will be filled with horror brackets. Anyway, appreciate every one of you. Let's get to 15,000 likes by the end of October. And none of these were bought. Some pages go and buy likes. I don't do that shit. And let's get to 800 subscribers by the end of October. I'll make some videos. You guys have a great Sunday night. I will see you tomorrow and then on Thursday with our show about Halloween 3. So have a great night. I love you. No, I don't. No, I don't. I like you all the right amount. Anyway, just joking. You guys have a great evening. I hope you had a great weekend. We'll see you next week starting tomorrow, right?